Okay, so we're just going to get straight into it. I am Ruckus IIV, and this is Ruckus IIV and Friends. This is Jessica.
Hey.
This is Candace.
Hi.
This is Jay
Hot spitter.
Hot spitter.
Sinatra.
Jay Sinatra.
Jay Sinatra. This is Gazzy B.
Yo.
And Poetic Princess.
Hello.
And we are going to cover a couple topics. We have a timer here for 15 minutes per topic. If that timer goes out, that is the end of the topic. If we do like the topic and we're carrying into it a little further, we'll give it an extra 5 minutes. First, we're going to start with Tanisha. What is your topic?
Me. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Let
okay. It's
me
okay.
cut.
I got it.
All right, you're good.
It's all good.
I have a bad habit.
Okay. Are you guys able to separate the creative part of a person from them personally, like what they do in their real life? So, for instance, I'm going to give you an example before you get started. You're already starting. So, for instance, like Bill Cosby, like how he's accused of drugging a million women, but are you still able to watch the Cosby Show? And still feel like, oh man, that's Mr. Huxtable? Are you looking at it like, I wonder if he was drugging people right now? So what do you guys think?
I'm gonna let somebody else open
Okay,
on that floor.
I want to say this. I think it depends on the situation. I think some people, in Bill Cosby's case, it's just kind of hard for me to not to believe that any of that stuff happened. And I'm not saying that what he did, he didn't do what he did. Is I don't know. I don't think any of us really know the truth yet. We have all of a sudden, I just think it's kind of weird that all these women all of a sudden want to come out and say that, oh, he's done this and done that. But I have no problem watching the Cosby Show. I still watch up to this day when it's on TV. They have it on reruns all the time on TV One. I watch it. I don't now. Like I said, I think it depends on the situation. Now, someone like R. Kelly, like we kind of touched on in our last episode. Well, after the last episode went off the air, but that's someone that you know what this guy did, but it's kind of hard to really sit there and enjoy what he does, knowing he was a sexual predator. You know what I mean? Like,
so you can't listen to Step in the Name of Love?
Absolutely, I couldn't listen to it before. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I couldn't listen to it beforehand. Ignition was my joint.
I'm the total opposite because I can separate the two. Mm-hmm. I love R. Kelly. Look at everything Michael Jackson went through. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
The man is still the king of pop, and he's passed away how many years ago?
And everyone still loves the music.
Still loves it.
Still getting down.
So
to
yes,
it.
I can definitely separate the two. Do I agree with the things they're quote unquote accused of or have done? No, but I.
Okay, so in my opinion on that, it depends on what it is. Like, if they're still actively doing it, and I know it's clear, straight up, I know for 100% fact that they did that, yeah, it's going to mess me up. Would it take away from the fact that I love the music that I listen to and everything? And say, like, Michael Jackson's case? No, but it's always going to be in my mind when I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean? But here's the thing about Michael is, as much people say he did it, I still really don't know.
I don't think any of us.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's hard for me to get mad at Michael because I really still don't know. So for me personally, no, it wouldn't affect me to love his music still because in my mind, I just choose to just say I just don't know. Like I don't judge him right now for that. You know what I mean? Like anytime, or I don't judge any of his music based on that.
You're a big Mike fan. How you feel about it, Candace?
I will always love Mike, but that goes back to what you guys were saying. It's jacked up, but where do we draw the line of who we can forgive for it, or who we still support versus who we can't? Because, like you said, you got the situation with R. Kelly, you have the same situation with Michael Jackson, you have the same situation with Bill Cosby, and it's not just us thinking about it. Think about that whole Chappelle skit about Michael Jackson. Think about that whole Boondocks episode about R. Kelly. Like, these are real questions. Like, where do we draw the line of who gets a pass and who doesn't?
Yeah.
That was a funny episode of Boondocks, though. I'm just saying, that was a funny episode.
Hey, tell me why my dog had the mask on the whole time. They never took his mask off.
I think when it comes to like watching or listening or anything, I think it really just depends on how much a person is affected by it, like on a personal level. So like, let's say you have somebody who's maybe a rape victim or something like that. They might take it to heart more than anything else, so they may not watch, the Cosby Show or something like that because of that. Or someone else may not be able to relate to that even more. So they may be like, you know what, that doesn't affect me as much, so I don't have a problem watching the show anymore because that doesn't make me think about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something I relate to or something like that. That's the only way I can kind of objectify that kind of line, that you were asking about. I think it really just depends on that person.
Yeah, I think exactly. Because, for example, who's someone who did something that I don't think anybody can really ever really get behind anymore? OJ. Mm-hmm. Okay, now his whole.
I don't want to say anything about OJ. We live in Florida.
His whole.
Girl, get close to the mic. Go ahead, get close to the mic.
His whole football career. His whole.
Tread lightly.
His whole football career is going to be forever tarnished. Like, we're never going to remember the great stats and the great things that he did for football because of that, and we all know he did it. I mean,
that one stands out more. Yeah,
that stands out more than anything else. We know
for sure. Yeah, that's where, for me personally, that definitely affects me even more because that's where it takes anything he did, whether it's art or accomplishments or any of that stuff, that overrides it for me. There's no reason why I should support any of it. I can't. It's not even supporting. It's just I don't have the interest anymore because it's on my mind. It's clear in my head that I know that he did it, so I don't have any association of any kind of positive things for anything that he's done at that point. No matter how much he may have made me laugh, the Naked Gun or something like that.
Oh my gosh. Wasn't he good?
Yeah, he was good. He was good.
And then
Naked
you have
Gun.
Yeah,
Naked Gun.
I watched it. What are y'all talking about?
He was in it.
He was in the movie.
Who?
OJ.
OJ was in that?
Yeah.
I didn't know
You didn't know? Hey, that's okay.
This whole time. What?
Watch when you go back, you're going to be like, yeah, that was OJ.
Wow, I didn't know that.
You're definitely gonna do that,
Yeah. There's and then you have other people like Michael Vick. Some people love him, some people hate him.
Oh, yeah.
And
the whole
see,
dog
that was
fight.
one of those I could not get back on board with him. I
Yeah.
do not feel
I
like
mean-
they should have taken him back into the NFL.
I feel
proven.
like he served his time. He served his time to community. I'm not saying,
And I'm all for that.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm just saying he paid his price for that.
He paid his dues.
He paid his dues for that.
Yeah.
Okay, with that being said,
at
do
some
you
point
agree?
he has to move on too.
Do you agree that it's okay for him to be allowed to have more dogs?
No. I'm not saying he should have more dogs, but I didn't have a problem
But
with
he
coming back
does.
into the league.
That's the problem I have.
But how do you
And then they're
outlaw-
still going to pay him millions of dollars after being proven guilty.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think, like, in that situation, he probably shouldn't have more dogs. Like, that should have been something that was written into some kind of contract that he had with the NFL. Like, if you come back, you can't have these
Not
dogs
even
or
in the
whatever.
NFL
agree with
for
that.
his charges. What
But
he went to
like-
prison for, he should have never been allowed to own another animal.
I'm not sure if you could. Can you do that?
Sure, they can draw up.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Can they
Yeah, I
make
wasn't
it a
sure if they
mandate or,
could
like, you can
do
stop
that
somebody
after
from
you
owning
It's
serve
a plea.
time.
Like if he would have plead out.
Well, did he plea or did
I
he?
don't know.
He did his time.
Yeah, so I don't know if
He
you
did his time.
can after. I guess was it a felony?
Yeah.
Was it a felony?
I believe so.
Well, maybe
It
they
was like, yeah, he
changed
served
that. I
prison
don't know.
time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So back to Bill Cosby.
Hey, but for real though, real quick, like, what do y'all feel about, like, since we bringing up all these topics about, like, celebrities and artists and all this stuff, like separating their creativity from their actual personal issues? What about the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna situation?
Man,
Like,
I was
Ooh,
thinking
that's a
about
good
that
one.
too.
That's
I
a
was
good
thinking
one.
about that
Yeah.
too.
I mean, this man was crucified,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
for what
Yeah.
he did
Big time.
at that
Yeah.
particular time. So it's like, how do you still enjoy Chris Brown's music? Because still to this day, I feel a little guilty. I enjoy his music.
I don't,
He
I
still
don't
turns
feel
up.
guilty.
Okay.
His music is good. I don't feel guilty.
To go on what you just said, see, that's an interesting scenario too, because the question is, because I don't know exactly everything that he's done so far, but has he made up for any of that?
He did community service.
He did
I don't
community
think he did any, like,
he
actual
did.
time spent in jail. Or
No. Well, I mean, but like, has he made up for it? Has he saved face? Like, has he
He's done-
apologized and
yeah,
really
Yeah,
genuinely?
he's apologized.
He's
public
felt
apology.
bad about it. Like,
I
did
feel
it come
like-
across he
and then
felt
she,
bad?
I feel like, didn't she forgive him too? Like,
Yeah,
she went
I think they're still
think she
friends.
did.
I just read somewhere like he had texted her and wished her a happy birthday, and you know.
I-
I feel like
because-
I think it's like what he did was wrong, but if it becomes a problem where it's a cycle where he does, if it's a repetitive, it's something that happens
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And
Then
he-
at that point, you have to be like, okay, you know.
And
That's-
as far as we know, we don't know.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like that's been a repetitive thing for him.
because him
Right,
and Karuchi ended on like a mutual split. It wasn't like no physical abuse or nothing like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
and see, that's why I asked that question, because right there, based on everything you guys told me, and if I can go online, I can check, I can, if I'm listening to this, like recently he just did a song, somebody had sent it to me. He had a video with that funny rapper dude. He's like
Oh,
Lil Dicky.
yeah.
Lil Dicky. That was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
That was
That's a great
hilarious.
song.
And see, I enjoyed watching and listening to that whole thing, and like everything you guys just told me actually makes it even better because I know that he's already gotten past that. So if anything, I'm a forgiving person. If anything, we are not perfect people. At the end of the day, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We've all done something really stupid or hurt somebody or did something we probably regret.
Exactly.
And with that being said, any artist who's out there who gets, the third degree about something like that, it sucks because you have way too many people who get involved across a big ginormous scale of human beings that just rip you apart. And to have to accept that or even just hear that, that's hard as a human being, just one person. For me to have to hear all that, to have to go through that, I think that would be devastating.
Yeah, that would devastate.
Yeah, it would take a long time for me to kind of recuperate from something like that. So for the fact that he's actually gotten over it, and you know what? If anything, I commend him for continuing to do the art that he's doing now, and to be able to collaborate and make the music that he's making.
Truthfully, I think it's actually kind of propelled him even further with his art.
Yeah.
Because he's like literally like doing everything from like film directing, not film, like video directing to like full on painting, art. Like he's really getting into his craft. And it's more so, I guess, because of that. And not only to mention that he does have a daughter as well too. So
Yeah.
that can definitely reform someone.
That's true, yeah.
You have a child, so.
That's a good point.
I think part of the problem is, and like we're all guilty of it at some point, we keep forgetting that these celebrities are real people at the end of the day. After they do these music videos, after they get out of the studio, after they're doing these movies, they come home and do the same crap that we do. They
Yep.
watch TV, they
Yep.
spend time with their family, they cook. They're still humans at the end of the day.
And
They
Exactly.
just have a bigger spotlight.
Exactly. Because they're in the limelight, and they have all this attention on them. Anything that they do wrong is gonna
Be judged.
be judged.
Yes,
Times
exactly.
1,000.
To the fifth. Yeah, like it's crazy.
Man, we are all on the same page on this one for sure.
And you were gonna say something about Bill Cosby?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
We
back to
took
what
it.
you were saying.
Bring it back to Bill.
Like, how can I don't know? Because I'm really into podcasts. So I've been listening to the Bill Cosby podcast about his trial. And it's hard for me to listen to that and not think that he did some of this stuff. Like, maybe it's not everyone. Maybe it's not all 80 women. But he definitely said something about it before, and nobody did anything. And for instance, there was this one episode of Larry King Live where he was on there joking about giving women Spanish fly, and once you give them Spanish fly, they're yours.
Ooh.
So that kind of sounds like, and Larry King is what, 90s? He was saying that in the 90s.
I do believe number 45 was on Extra off camera talking about grabbing women by their
Vaginas.
Who's
Let's be
45?
real.
Oh, I'm not saying that
I'm
he's
just
not a crazy person either.
No, yeah.
Just because you
Yeah,
got two crazy
yeah.
persons don't mean
But,
that
yeah.
they both didn't do what
Yeah, one doesn't
what
cancel out the
people
other one,
say. Yeah.
No, let's just make one president.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that Donald Trump didn't do what Donald Trump did, because obviously he did do what he did.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that Bill Cosby didn't do what he did. Just because, like, I feel like you can't separate Cliff Huxtable, the wonderful, like Cliff Huxtable was America's dad. Yeah. Like, he was amazing to his kids. He was amazing to his wife. He cooked. He cleaned. It was
You said that with
Are
passion.
you trying to say something?
I'm just putting it out there. He clean. But it doesn't mean that Bill Cosby wasn't doing some shady stuff when he got home.
For sure.
Right,
Okay.
but if you can separate the two, then why not enjoy?
I'm just
the
saying
clip?
that you said you didn't believe it, and that bothered me a little bit. I was like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like,
Okay, so the main question, just to kind of wrap this back into, because we got 28
Yeah.
seconds. What was the main question on that? That was just basically,
okay, can you
separate the two?
Yeah, can
and,
you separate the two?
And
Like-
right now you're saying that you can't separate, or you can
I
separate.
can separate.
You can
Yeah,
separate,
he can.
but it just depends on how strongly you feel.
Right.
about it based on the facts, things like that.
Right.
And now, does everybody agree about the same thing, or does anybody have any disagreements on that?
I can separate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we all can separate it.
page.
Okay, I think so. We're all on the same page. So we'll wrap that up. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that's it for that topic. So we'll go to the next topic.
Yeah. Topic.
Restart. Okay, so we're gonna go to Jessica, and we're gonna hold on. Let me hold on, guys. I am totally screwing this up, but that's okay.
Chad.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Chad usually has it together, but not today.
Not today. Not today, Chad.
Not today.
Okay, and go.
Okay, this is a topic because it's just come up the last few days and it really reminded me. What are your top 2 bucket list items?
Ooh, I like it. Good job.
All right.
Okay.
Who wants to
Okay.
start? Who wants to start? You always start.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You got excited. Oh, I can't wait to tell them this.
I got excited about
Well,
this.
since I asked the question, I'll
Yeah.
give you guys.
Okay.
I think my number 1 is I want to go to Cape Town, South Africa, and cage dive with a great white.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, talk
Okay.
about
To the
adrenaline rush.
last
I was with you up until the
Exactly. Me too. I was with you
I
too.
was like, Cape Town, yeah. Cape Town sounds amazing. And you were like, oh, in a cage.
Well, you can
With
stay on the
sharks.
boat.
A shark.
You can stay on the boat.
Okay.
Okay.
And my number 2 is I want to go to like Iceland, and I would love to see the Northern Lights, the Aurora
That's a
Borealis.
good one.
Yeah, that's a
Those
good
are
one.
my top 2.
Okay.
But I'm going to be petting a sloth in the next couple of weeks and holding it. So yeah, that
that's
was
my
definitely
top
on the
four.
bucket list.
And you
Yeah.
will definitely see this video because I will be filming it.
What?
What? You know what, man? I should vlog that with you, man. That would be.
I don't
What,
That
my
would be.
sloth?
Yeah, I should totally vlog about
You
that.
should come. It's like
Yeah,
a
you
whole
can
like
come.
Okay. All right.
wildlife thing.
We'll try to set that up. In case if anybody's new to this podcast, by the way, I'm a vlogger. I have a channel on YouTube as well. It's Ruckus IIV. You guys are more than welcome to check that out. I have plenty of vlogs. Just plugging that in real quick. Sorry. So okay, those are your 2 bucket list items
My
right
top
there.
items.
Top 2 bucket
Yes.
list items. Okay.
So if anybody out there would like to go cage dive with a great white shark,
I'll stay on the boat.
hit me up in the comments.
I'll stay on the land.
Okay, you can stay in the boat, but I need somebody to go to South Africa with.
Oh, I
So
definitely want to go to South Africa though.
that's
It's not my
our
bucket
next
list, but I
trip.
go.
Our
That'd
next
be
trip.
dope.
Okay.
Candace.
Candace,
Either one.
choose a mic. Any mic.
I'm confused now. Like that's a tough one. I have one for sure. I want to go to Bora Bora. That's like on my bucket
Bora,
list.
yeah.
That's
Bora
nice.
Bora. That has to happen. But come back to me. I'm not sure about that second one.
Okay.
For myself, I would definitely love to go to Japan.
Yeah.
Just to be
Yes.
a part of like that
Yes.
culture. I'm fascinated. I'm in love with that culture. Especially their fashion. Their fashion is so like forward. Like
It's weird.
it's weird, Jessica, but it's so like light years ahead of what we're doing over here. So for me to be able to actually go over there and see that and maybe take some pieces, and bring it back here, that'll be pretty dope.
So, is there anything in particular that you want to see when you get there?
Truthfully, I definitely got to go to like the inner city. Like I definitely got to go there.
Tokyo.
The Tokyo.
You gotta go
for
to Tokyo.
Sure. Gotta
Okay.
go to Tokyo.
Cool.
I just want to experience everything there. I just want to experience, the cuisine. I want to experience, of course, like I said, the fashion, of course, shopping, just like everything that like artifacts, anything history-wise that I can kind of digest. I want to go there for that.
Okay.
My second bucket list item would probably be, oh man, this is a hard one.
You want us to come back?
Yeah, come back.
All right, we'll come back. Because I know Gazzy's ready. He's
I'm
been
ready.
since the very beginning. He's like, give me that microphone.
Well, he actually took one of mine. Japan was actually on my list too
Really?
as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's
Yo.
surprising. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
Japan's
I think traveling in general is definitely on the bucket list to
Yeah.
travel, other countries. But Tokyo's on there, and I definitely want to go to Italy, and specifically I want to go to Maranello, which is the headquarters for Ferrari. I'm a huge Formula One enthusiast, so I definitely want to go see a live Formula One race in Italy. That is my dream.
Yeah.
That is like the number one thing on my list. Before I die, is to go see a Formula One race in Italy. I would die a happy man.
That would, okay. Hey, that's a good one.
Okay, so going along with what he said, I would like to see a Formula One race in Monaco. I would love to see that one.
yeah.
Like just to chill in Monaco would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then my second bucket list would probably be to direct a movie. I would love to do that. Like that.
Why are
That's
you topping people like that? Why you You outshining people right
That's my goal. Like, it's one of my goals. There's a couple things that go along with that, but like to direct a movie and see it like on the big screen would be just amazing.
Okay, you just took mine. That was in a good way. Like, that is exactly I would say my number one bucket list is to make a full feature film. Like, one majorly done film. I want to write it. I want to have it direct. I want to direct it. I want to do the whole nine. That's the main goal that I want to achieve in my life. And the second thing that I want to do, that I could totally do probably sooner, maybe, I don't know, I'd have to have this set up, is to skydive onto a cruise ship.
Oh my goodness. That is so specific.
Yes.
Like, right.
Right next to the jacuzzi. That's where I want to land. I want to just jump out of a plane, and when I land, I want to be right next to the jacuzzi.
Is that possible?
I don't
Can you
think
do
that's
that?
realistic.
If somebody can make that happen for me,
I don't.
please make this happen.
I don't think that's legal.
I'm sure we can make it legal somewhere. It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Well, when you are in international waters.
Exactly. I can go somewhere. Dubai's probably already done it many times, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Does it have to be a cruise ship? Could it be like?
It has to be a cruise ship.
Could it just be
Because
like
right after I'm done, I can just chill. Like, right after that, I'm set.
So are you paying for the cruise before you jump?
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't care.
Okay.
I'll pay for both. You know, I'm gonna jump out the plane, pay for that, and I'm gonna pay for the cruise line for like the whole 7 days or 3 days or whatever. But I just want to I want to connect those two. That's what I want to do.
And are you jumping by yourself, or do you have that person on your back?
I personally would like to jump by myself. Like, I'd have already been trained
Okay.
to be able to jump out and do it on my own. But if somebody else wants to do it with me, they can.
Okay.
I mean, of course, it would be kind of awkward though. Like, whoever's on the plane be like, "Good luck, Chad." But you know.
So what do you guys? Did you come up with your second one?
I'm gonna let you go.
It feels kind of lame now, like all the stuff y'all say.
Well, no, it's what you
No,
want. That's
yeah,
what matters.
It's your bucket list.
One thing that I would like to do that I've never done, go parailing. And that's kind of big for me
that's a
because I'm
good
scared
one.
of heights, so that's big for me.
It's
Okay.
amazing.
You know what's there's a good place, Clearwater. Clearwater,
I love
they have it
Clearwater.
there.
You know what? That'd be a cool vlog.
I've done it there, and that wasn't my first. I did it in the Keys,
We did
but
it in
then
the
I did
Keys.
and then I did it in Clearwater. I think you would like it there, as well.
It's
We can
amazing.
set that up. We can
Set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I would
I
like
love
to.
Clearwater.
That'd be awesome to
We
like.
could podcast in Clearwater.
Yeah, that'd be a cool vlog too.
Let
like,
us know if
to
you guys
see
want
your-
us to podcast in Clearwater. Yeah, just add that to the comment section. Sorry. My bad.
You got your second one?
Yeah, I got my second one, but it's a toss up. But I'm gonna go with this one.
Did you
I
have one to say?
would love to work with Kanye West and Pharrell, man.
You want to what?
wanna
with
work
Oh, you
Kanye
wanna
West
work
and
with them?
Pharrell. Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah.
on
that's-
some
Like-
music.
yeah.
Like really get like some heavy duty recording in with
Oh
them.
man.
Would,
Yeah.
would you want them to be your producers or your writers?
Producers.
Okay.
Because I write everything myself originally.
Okay.
But definitely love to get the production from them. Put together something. So
Okay.
maybe even a whole project. That would be even crazier. Have them put together like a whole project with just their production on it.
You remember there was I'm sorry, I'm going totally off subject real quick.
Ooh, off
You just
subject.
reminded me, I don't know if you remember that.
She's gonna slap you.
Get on the mic.
Get on the mic. Get on the
He
mic.
got
You don't have to look
excited.
directly at him.
He got excited.
Pharrell and Kanye, and there was a third person that had a group. They had one song that came out.
Get on the mic.
I remember number one with Kanye and Pharrell. It was
No, it was a different song.
Pharrell's record, and Kanye was featured on it. I
Yeah,
remember that.
no, this is
There you
something
go.
different.
That,
There was
that did it for me though. When I saw them too, because they're like at that time they were both my idols.
Yeah.
Like Pharrell still is. So.
I'm gonna look up that song because I know there was a song that they had a group. It was him. It was three of them. It was Kanye, Pharrell, and I can't remember who the third person was.
That's crazy. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, and it was something. They were supposed to do a project together, but it never came to
Why should it be
fruition.
like a Questlove or something? that guy pops up everywhere. I'm
But
like, Quest, where are you not?
If I can add to your topic, if it's okay, what's something that you guys have done that is on your bucket list that you've accomplished already?
That's an even
I got
trickier
one.
question.
Oh, that is a good question.
You said something that's on my bucket list that you actually have
You've
accomplished?
already done, yeah.
It sounds kiddie, but I got on a plane for the first time. Like, I was terrified. Like, I was gun-ho. Like, I'm never getting on a plane. If we have to go on a plane, I'm not going. And I just did that this year.
Oh wow, yeah!
Awesome.
Congratulations
That's
to you.
awesome.
That's a big deal too. That is not something small for somebody that has a fear like that. I know that's got to be a big deal.
I am petrified of heights. Like I don't even go like going in elevators. I don't walk close to the edge if I'm too high up. Like no.
Now, now I have a question. Is these bucket list things that you have, like you want to do the parasailing? Mm-hmm. Is that something because you want to tackle that fear? Is that what it is, or is it just the exhilarating experience, the idea that you have of it?
I think
in
the
your
bucket
mind
list could be a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just both?
The parasailing is a mixture of both for me because I'm scared of heights, but I love water. And I told my husband, I tell him all the time, I would probably die doing something in the water because when I get in the water, I'm fearless. Like I've always swam. I will go in the deep part of the ocean, past the little sandbar, and then get out there and be like, oh yeah, I might have gone too far. I might have gone too far.
But you're speaking my language because I'm big on bodyboarding. Like that's why I love Florida so much, because we have good waves out in like Smyrna and whatnot. You just totally go out there, bodyboard, and I'm happy for life. Right there, water, booms. Anything dry, can't stand it. Right. So I totally can relate to that. That's cool.
Yeah, I love water.
What about you guys?
I think with mine's probably going. Would yours be the same from last year?
From last year?
What we did last year? For me, it was Coachella.
Oh yeah. Coachella.
Oh, okay.
The whole experience of Coachella, the camping, just that whole 3-day weekend event. To me, that's definitely a buck. I suggest anybody should do that at least once in their life.
Really?
It's something to experience.
I've always wanted to do Coachella.
Yeah.
South by Southwest too.
Yeah. Coachella. Actually, Coachella was on my bucket list. I think St. Augustine was on my bucket list for this year because I had never gone. Okay. And when I went this year, it was really nice. We went for our anniversary.
Yeah. California was on my bucket list too.
Oh yeah. You know what? New York. New York was on my bucket list. Now that I think of it, and then I finally got to go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Where y'all from? That's where you going to.
And real quick, how did you feel about New York?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Mind you, she's from California.
Okay, I had two things. I love the city. It was exactly what I thought it would be. Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for it.
Times Square was amazing.
Here's the build-up.
I got to see like the Hamilton stuff, which was cool because I'm obsessed with the musical, and all of that was good. Like when I did go to Queens, I wasn't impressed with it. But I liked it. I liked the history of it. I liked Jam Master Jay stuff. I liked the Tribe Called Quest stuff. But it like kind of felt like somewhere I'd been before. Like it didn't look like how I figured New York would look like.
Maybe because you'd seen it so many times?
No. It actually looked like a place I'd been before.
Oh, okay. So it just looked familiar.
See, this is the thing, right? When we went to New York, I told her that. That's why we went. I took her around Queens and Brooklyn first because I knew when we go into the city, like in Manhattan, that's gonna be like all the glitz and glamour. Yeah. But I wanted her to know that New York is not all just that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know. Yeah. No. I didn't feel like it looked hood. Like that's not what I was thinking. Like that's not what I was saying.
That's not what you were saying when we went to my old neighborhood.
No. Well, your old neighborhood was hood though. Like you knew where you're from.
Wait. Okay. From. Is your old neighborhood in the hood?
Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay then.
Southside Jamaica, Queens. What up?
There you go.
You can't say that you're not like you didn't come from a hood place.
And just for that, we got new subscribers.
And then when I go there, it looks good. Like when I go there, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, this is really great looking. It doesn't look hood at all. Like you know what it is.
But on that same topic, on that same note, when I went to California for the first time, because that was one place I always wanted to go. It was everything I expected it to be, except for Hollywood. Hollywood wasn't what I thought it was going to be because it was literally just the Strip. Yeah. And that's it.
Well, and I think everybody feels that way when they go to different places at some point. It's either going to hit you as a familiar looking thing or it's not. Yeah. You know. Did anybody else accomplish something?
I just want to ask you real quick. Did you wear the right colors?
In California?
You don't even.
Let her tell you this story.
Did you wear the right colors?
You don't even want to.
This is ridiculous.
Let me tell you, this is what I.
This was his game plan.
He took the mic.
This is what I wanted to do when we went to California. I told her before we left that I want to go to Compton.
You got a minute 11.
I want to rent a lowrider. I want to wear all red and blast Biggie. That was my goal. We didn't do it. Now,
thankfully,
Compton wasn't what I thought it was.
No.
Of course, at night, I'm sure it's different. We went during the daytime. I'm not stupid. So.
But you wanted to rent a lowrider and wear red. Like that was your game plan.
Hoover Street.
Okay, so just to cut it off, because we got 40 seconds left. Does anybody else have a bucket list thing that they
Ladies.
have accomplished
Ladies.
that that they've already
Done.
Mine is very small.
what is it?
No, I don't have a huge bucket list. So no, I haven't accomplished it.
So you haven't accomplished it?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I thought you
I
you
would
did
say,
something small.
at least on mine, I would say the closest thing to that I would say is is to be able to do the productions that I'm doing now. Like I'm already on one of my bucket list things now, so it just goes to the next steps. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that would probably be like the vlog, the YouTube channel, doing jobs for different places right now for video production. That would be my thing, and I've accomplished that. Oh,
Time's up.
time's up.
Perfect timing.
All right, so that was 2 topics. That's the end of this podcast. I gotta turn this thing off. Okay. Yeah, we're misfits. We don't care how this whole thing goes. We're not gonna try to pretend like we're professionals here, right?
Not at all.
That's the whole point of this show too, is to have fun and just wing it and do whatever. Just talk about our topics. Hopefully you guys liked it though. If you guys have anything that you thought you wanted to comment about, by all means comment on the comment section below. Again, this is Jessica.
Hey.
This is Candace.
How y'all doing?
This is Jay
Sinatra.
Gazzy B, and Poetic Princess.
Hello.
And I am Ruckus IIV. Again, I do have another YouTube channel. You guys are more than welcome to check that out. Do you guys have anything you just want to plug?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, JEH Sinatra on Instagram. Also as well too on Twitter, LXXVI.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
No, I'm good.
You good? Okay.
Yeah.
Since he brought that up, thank you, Jay. I
Oh, no
appreciate
problem,
that.
no problem.
You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. It's all Ruckus IIV. That's
And-
RUCKUS IIV.
And you can also follow all of us
Yes.
On our podcast.
on
channel.
our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
You see?
Just
Right.
been plugged.
Yeah. We just.
Ruckus
we-
IIV, and friends.
Yeah, you see, we don't even know how to plug ourselves. Thank you, Poetic Princess.
Somebody has to do it.
Hey, high five.
Just a little help from your friends. Man.
Yes.
That's all.
All right, well,
See you guys next time.
yeah.
Bye.
Please grab that.